Hello guys, this is part 1 tutorial of how I made this boy's shirts. He's a boy of 5 years old. So first of all, I use his chest measurement to determine the weight. His chest measurement is 25. I divided it by 4 into 4 and add 3 inches. Okay, and add in 3 inches because I needed enough allowance as instructed by his mother. You see, this 2 inches is for the front placket. So whenever you are cutting out shirt, make sure you add this extra 2 inches or 2.5 inches, okay, for the front placket. That's the difference between the width of the front and the width of the back. So after you measure length, make sure that the length of the back will be longer than the length of the front. So I just added extra 1.5 inch for the back length. Then this is shoulder slant. I made my shoulder slant that 1.5, okay, is my shoulder slant. See the way I slanted the shoulder slant, and I'm going to cut it out right now. You cut your shoulder slant out. I made my shoulder slant 1.5 inches. If it's an adult, okay, depending on how big the shoulder is, I can make it 2.5 or 3 inches. But this one, I just made it 1.5 inches. After that, you overlap it like this. You see the way I just overlap it with that 1.5 inch. Just do it the same way. And the neck, the length of the neck, I made it 3 inches. I made the front of the neck 3 inches. So after you folded it like this, you mark 3 inches. What I'll be needing for the round neck here is 14. Then the width, I mark 2 inches for the width. You see the way I'm marking it? You can mark it exactly the same if you are cutting it together, just like I'm cutting it together. So you curve your neck. The length of the neck 3 inches, the width of the neck 2 inches. You curve the neck the same way that I am doing it right now. Okay, you curve it. Make sure that the one you are curving at the back will not be more than 1 inch for this small boy. It's not going to be more than 1 inch. Okay, curve your shirt. Then the shoulder, I use 6 inches for the shoulder. 6 inches, and I added ½ inch for the shoulders. That means I use 6.5 inches for the shoulder. Then armpit, so I'm going to use 6.5 inches for the armpits. I'm marking armpits right now, and I used 6.5 inches for the armpit. 6.5 inches for the armpit. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure that you are seeing the chalk that I'm marking, because I know that it's not showing very well. So you curve it. You curve your armpit. Curve your armpit. Then down, on the down side, you are going to mark out 2 inches from downside. You mark out 2 inches. Then curve it using S shape, just like the way I did it. You curve it. I mark from the edges. I marked 2 inches. Then you curve it. Hello guys, this is the part 2 of this cutting and sewing of a little boy's shirt. Okay, so we are done drafting, so let's just cut it out. Before you cut out the neck, be careful so that you not cut the down of the back together. Okay, so you can remove it. You can separate the front from the back so that you not make mistake. Just the way I did it. Remove it and cut out the front first. Then you can fold the back and cut out the 1 inch we marked. Cut out the 1 inch we marked for the back neck. Okay. So after cutting, cut out the armpit. Then trim out the unwanted part if there is any. Trim out the unwanted part. And we are done cutting. So you can now open the center front. Open the center front where you will be folding your placket. Open it through like this. Then you can notch that place we marked our 2 inches. Notch it notch the next side and the down part. We are done cutting. So now we are going to fold the placket. You first of all fold half inch and fold again. And make sure that the second folding will get to that your notch, the place you notch it. Make sure that the second folding will get to that place so that the placket will be wide enough. Okay, just like this. Then you sew on top of your folded part. Fold half inch and fold again just like this, and you can now sew on top of it. Sew on top of it like this. So the next thing is for us to cut our sleeve. Here I just used freehand cutting for the sleeve. So the length that I'm using is 6 inches, and I added 2 inches for the folding allowance. My cast height is 3 inches, so I marked it and then curve my sleeve. The round arm is 10 divided by 2, that is 5 plus 2 inches allowance.